everybody, welcome back to Ken Bouchard Online. I am your host, the Geek Demon Ken Bouchard, and today is a great day because today is a recap of Steel City Con. I've got a bunch of news, I've got a bunch of stuff to talk about, but before we continue on, I gotta crack into a liquid death. Let me go ahead and crack this baby open. There we go. Take a sip. How are you guys doing today? Remember that this is Ken Bouchard Online. You can join us. Just hit the follow button and you can join us in chat. You got something to say? You can say it. I will interact with you guys because you guys are special to me. So tonight I got a lot to talk about. A lot that I want to bring up. And it's just us to talk about it tonight. I don't know where my co-host is. He was supposed to be here tonight, but he's MIA. So just you and me. Couple things before I jump into the Steel City Con recap I wanted to talk about, and that's hmm, sorry about that. A couple things. First and foremost, I've been watching a lot of videos of people getting really angry with Budweiser, particularly Bud Light, I guess. Here to celebrate Dylan Mulvaney, and if you don't know who Dylan Mulvaney is, she is a successful trans woman who has been celebrating her transition from like day one. And she did a whole year. She's going on her second year of transitioning. And Budweiser, Bud Light, sent her a can to celebrate her 365, her 365th day of being a woman. It was a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal for her. It's a new life. And Budweiser celebrated this with her. Well, wouldn't you know, shit hit the fan. People all over the place are getting irate. And what I mean by people, I mean actually, the uneducated, the bigots, and the sexists, the rednecks. And I'm throwing you guys under the bus. All these guys that are taking their Budweiser cans and throwing them in the bins, throwing them away. I watched one video. This guy had a full case, almost like 2, 3 full cases. He threw away, but then he opened up his freezer and he replaced it with Miller. Then I watched another video where a guy he said him and his wife are done with Budweiser. They're done with the king. There's a new king in town, and man, as they're dumping all their beer out, they replace it with Coors. And the funny thing about this is both Miller Lite and Coors celebrate pride. They back the LGBTQ community. So really, and like they're sitting there, Kid Rock. Kid Rock's a good one. A ba at the ba, a dang da bang, diggy diggy. He dropped the boogie, and now he's gone freaking crazy in the head. He took on social media. He took a case or two of Budweiser, and then he took a gun, like a semi-automatic or an automatic. I don't know. I'm not a gun expert, but he took up this big gun and just shot it like crazy and gave the bird to Budweiser. And I'm sitting there going, people that are throwing their Budweiser away, these people that are shooting up beer, you do realize that Anheuser-Busch already has your money, right? They don't give a shit what you do with that can. They don't give a shit what you do with that can after you bought it. If you want to buy beer just to dump it down the drain, good. If you want to buy beer to shoot it, because that is the most redneck thing I've ever heard, but go right ahead. It's your beer. You paid for it. They've already profited. And on top of that, you think your little demonstrations are going to hurt them? No. And again, look into your beers, people. It only takes a quick Google search to find out who supports LGBTQ, and the ones you're replacing Bud Light with because you're so mad and irate at them, they support too. Newsflash, almost everybody is on board with support. So, you gonna quit drinking beer? Are you done drinking beer? I'm gonna drink this liquid death and say, sucks to be you guys. Ah, nothing like good water. Water is what you should be drinking. Water, which you need to be drinking more of. All right, so yeah, I wanted to talk about that, and I also wanted to talk about what is it, Tennessee? First and foremost, all the news people, they're covering Trump's uh indictments, whatever it's called. Yeah, and he got like 34 counts and stuff. This is a cover. I don't give a crap about Trump, guys. Trump is old news. He's the has been. He's a hack. I don't want to hear about Trump. I don't care about Trump. You're not going to put him in jail. You're not going to cuff the SOB. You're just making a spectacle to cover up the real news, and that's Tennessee, people. Have you been watching Tennessee? There's been protests in Tennessee to stop gun violence, to help create laws. And these are peaceful protests, mind you. But now the House, the whatever it is that Tennessee has, the government in Tennessee is looking to kick like 2 3 people off their committee because they stood with the protesters on making new gun laws. You tell me where that makes sense. They're not worried about your children, guys. Let's make that clear, okay? They don't care about the guns. They want everybody to buy a gun. It's everybody's right to own a gun, but not your right to feel safe. Oh, unless you're a gun toter, then you can feel safe, especially in Florida when they just signed a bill that you can walk around with a loaded gun in your pants, no questions asked. And yet, kids are getting shot. Kids are getting shot at an alarming rate. But they don't care about us kids. They don't care about the guns. They want the guns. And I'm not sitting here saying we have to ban guns. We need it harder to get guns. If you AR, that makes no sense. I can't even talk tonight. If you are a a clean bill of health, if you have a clean record, it should be no problem for you to get a gun. Shouldn't be a problem. But if you have something on your record, man, yeah, there's no reason for you to have a gun. If you are slightly disturbed, there's no reason for you to have a gun. You should have higher, stronger measures put in place. Prevent easy uh acquirings of guns. I'm not telling you to take away your guns. I've shot guns. I've gone hunting. I'm not going to be the guy to take it away from you. But I am the guy that's saying, hey, if my kid, who like a week or two ago just went through a shooting scare at Altoona, if my kid gets shot, you bet I'm coming after everybody. I'm coming after the government. I'm coming after the shooter. I'm coming after the shooter's parents. I'm coming after everybody. Because this shit should stop and it needs to stop now. Yeah, I'm getting political. I am being very political tonight. But I mean, it's stupid shit, guys. It's stupid nonsense shit. And TikTok. Let's go on TikTok. They want us to ban TikTok. The government wants to ban and make TikTok the app that I spend hours on just enjoying video after video. Hours. You guys spend hours flipping through TikTok. They want to take that away from you because um it's endangering our children. Newsflash, if you are watching children dance on your TikTok, you're a little bit creepy there, government guys. I'm not watching children dance on TikTok. That's not my TikTok algorithm. Might be your algorithm, but it ain't mine. So, you know what? Whatever. Whatever. I am so irate today, it's unreal. I am just raggle fraggling this whole night. Rawr! Hi. I see I got a viewer. I hope you are having a great night. We are just talking about how school shootings are still going on. I was talking about Dylan Mulvaney and how people are getting rid of their Budweiser but not checking Coors or Miller. It's, it's it is what it is. And I got a cold. I have such a cold that's driving me nuts. Every morning I wake up with sore throat, like my inner ears itch. Been a long time, Evan. This has been a long time coming. But I think I got it from the con. Let's recap. I went to Steel City Con this past weekend. And me and my son, Damien, we had a blast. Normally, and I'll be honest with you guys, normally I bitch about Steel City Con. I go in there and I'm like, raggle fraggle this or raggle fraggle that. Steel City Con this year, this time around, was heck of a lot better. Now, I'm an old school I was gonna say con artist, but that makes no sense. I'm an old school con goer. Yeah, that's about right. I've been going to cons for a while now. I went to MegaCon. I've gone to Steel City Con back in its heyday, and I remember the days of just being able to walk up. What do we got here going? How was Danhausen? Danhausen was awesome. Let me recap that a little bit for you though. Hold on one second. I remember, as I was saying, cons used to be cheap, portable, and whatever, and now I mean everything goes up. It's just it's how things are. Price goes up, everything goes up, and to actually enjoy Steel City Con, you have to get a 3-day pass, and you need to get a VIP. One VIP and one 3-day pass will take you to $200 just to walk into the con and walk up to celebrities that you want to see without having to wait in forever lines. For normal people, that's a lot of money. So it took us a while, but me and my son, we got the VIP and we had a blast. We There was like no line, no wait for like a lot of celebrities that we wanted to see. He went and saw Peyton List and Alicia Kim, who are both from Cobra Kai. Excuse me. Whew, that was building up, and it was hard to talk with a burp building up. I wanted to go see George Wendt, who in Cheers and House. That's why I went, because I'm a big horror buff. If you know me, it's all about the horror. George Wendt. I went and saw Andrew McCarthy. I went and saw Tom Atkins. No line, no wait for like all of these. That's just bam, 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 bam. VIP paid for itself. So as expensive as VIP was, it pays for itself. I got to see Danhausen, as you asked how Danhausen was. It was cool because he was in and out of character at the same time. Like I got there like when he first showed up, so he had his voice going. Like he was like, "I am Danhausen," but he was kind of like, "How are you? Yeah, have a good day." That was about it. But he was nice about it. He was nice. We joked around a little bit. I told him about the Living Dead Museum, and he was already on track to go there. So yeah, Danhausen was cool. I got my first you picture taken with Danhausen. So yeah, it was good. Actually, I wanted to bring up some stuff. I was talking about recapping. Uh, Here's a cool poster I got at Steel City Con. See right here. It's a Danhausen poster. I was gonna get this signed by Danhausen. As you can see, it says he has a curse for AEW Universe, and down here it says give Danhausen all your monies. Really cool poster, but sadly at his table it was $40 for an autograph. Not bad. $60 for autograph selfie combo. Not bad. $80 for merchandise. And when we got up there, anything that was not on his table, which was only two different headshots, $80. And that was just craziness. Craziness. So I didn't get the poster signed. However, I did get in there. Kenhausen, signed by Danhausen. See right here, Kenhausen. And because it's smeared a little bit, and my girlfriend wanted one, I got another Danhausen. These were the two headshots that were on his table, and anything else was $80 signed. The combo was 100, and I was like, "Woo! I don't have that money. I am not that rich." So I went and just got autograph and selfie. Tom Atkins was amazing guy. I got I got in here. I got Tom Atkins to sign Night of the Creeps poster. He right here. For those who are watching at home, Tom Atkins signed Night of the Creeps, one of my all-time favorite lesser known horror movies, and I say lesser known because it's like a good movie, but not a lot of people know about it. What else did I get at Steel City here? I got Nick Castle, and he's the Shape. If you're questioning who's the Shape, what is the Shape? Basically, he was um Michael Myers in Halloween up until when Michael Myers' mask came off. That was him. That he was Michael Myers basically. I got Michael Myers autograph. Let's see. That aside, that's not fine. I got George Wendt sign a house poster. Funny thing, my son's only 14. He doesn't know anything about Cheers. He just not too long ago watched House, and he got his photo taken with George, and he was holding a beer stein. My son found this vendor at Steel City Con that did old fashioned root beer, and they sold beer steins. And he was holding his in the picture, and I was like, kind of funny. My son looks like he's having a beer with George, you know. So it was pretty cool. Um, Met a lot of cosplayers. I got my picture taken with a Jason, or with two different Jasons actually. Jason from Friday the 13th Part 2 and one from later date. I got my picture taken with a Michael Myers. I got my picture taken with a Zelda, a Rebuke from Death Note. I probably said that wrong. Sorry. But yeah, we had plenty of time to get our autographs. We had plenty of time to walk around and shop. We had plenty of time to do everything, and I want to say it was because of the VIP. So, as expensive as it is, that may cut into our going to the conventions more often. We might have to put a little pull it back, and only go like maybe once or twice a year. But it was fun. We had a blast. It was a good bonding experience with me and my son. What else can you ask for? I mean, that's what it was about, memories, right? That's why you go to conventions, is for memories, and Steel City Con pulled it off this year. Uh, so in the news, let's go back to like some news I got for you guys. If you're not familiar, if you're WWE fans, then you've probably heard by now that UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship, yeah, I guess they bought WWE. Vince, creepy looking Vince with a mustache and dyed hair. He he went and sold WWE to UFC. So I don't know what that's gonna lead into. I don't know how that's gonna happen. I don't even know where that's gonna go. I mean, UFC. Let's be honest. UFC and WWE have been working together for like a long ass time. I mean, they've done. They got Ken Shamrock, Dan the Beast, Tank Abbott, and a bunch of others come from UFC. Some have gone to UFC, go back and forth. You got Ronda Rousey. You have Brock Lesnar. But now it's official. They're officially one company, one conglomerate. I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't have a clue. We'll have to see. But at this point in time, because we're in the 20-minute mark, and I just want to catch those who are just coming in or just tuning in that this is Ken Bouchard Online, Altoona, PA's show about nothing and everything all at once. We are a podcast slash web show slash you name it. That's what we do. That's what I am here on Twitch TV. So if you would like to join us every Tuesday at 7 p.m. live, it's www.twitch.tv/Ken Bouchard. Hit the follow button, and you could join us every Tuesday. Like over here, I got but Riley saying I believe it's a parent company of UFC. I think so. I think so, Riley. I believe they're kind of merging, but they're gonna be like own it. But they, from what I understand, they had a press conference and they want Vince McMahon to stay as a creative. So who knows? But I still say Vince McMahon looks creepy with his like villain mustache and dyed hair. I didn't get to meet MJF, unfortunately. I wanted to see MJF. He was at Steel City Con. I wanted him to throw some insults my way, but I had to work. I have to work, and I had to be at work Saturday night, so we had to leave Saturday so I could get to work. But I heard MJF was a blast. I heard he ripped up a lot of autographs and called people names, and that's just MJF. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Collectors out there, are you a WWE? I don't know why my news articles mostly WWE related today, and my co-host, who is about all about wrestling, is not with me tonight. So this is so awkward for me to talk WWE. I'm not the WWE guy. Used to be, but I'm not the WWE guy. But I digress. WWE action figures, Mattel has announced, and this was before April Fool's, so I'm assuming that this is a legit thing. They announced an Ultimate 2-pack with The Undertaker, and get this, I am not making this shit up. The Undertaker and the Gobbledygooker. Now, if you don't know who the Gobbledygooker is, before debut of The Undertaker, they used to have this countdown and this giant egg that would sit on stage. And a couple different shows, they showed the countdown, giant egg. And finally, one night, the giant egg hatched, and out came the Gobbledygooker, and he danced around the ring with me, Gene, to what is that song? Is it like a in a straw or some weird song like that? And then he disappeared, like basically forever, only to debut like one other time, and I think that was during the gimmick battle royal for one of the older WrestleManias. But they're making an action figure of him. Yes, Riley, it's the first ever Gobbledygooker action figure. I'm almost tempted to buy. I don't have one wrestling action figure. I don't have one, but I'm almost tempted to get a Gobbledygooker action figure just to have the Gobbledygooker, and he comes with the egg. He comes with the egg. You can put the Gobbledygooker in the egg. Plus, it'll have the debut of the Undertaker action figure. Not to take away from that set, but they also have a Kickstarter campaign going on that if it gets enough money, you can get this gigantic WCW like entrance ramp stage setup. It's huge, huge. Like it's bigger than any Tron setup I've seen for WWE to put out. And it's classic WCW. It'll come with, I think, if they hit a certain tier, it'll come with the first ever Big Papa Pump action figure from WWE. Also come with a Hulk Hogan WCW figure. So I mean, I don't know much about that one. I just found that out like not just like moments ago that they have this stage set up, but it's only if they can hit their projected goals. So it's on Kickstarter right now. What else do I got for you guys tonight? I talked about gun reform. Yeah. So here's a weird thing. I got a confession. I was gonna have a discussion with Ace about this, but you guys have any weird sleep patterns? Weird sleep. When you go to bed at night, do you have a routine? I don't mean sitting there like brushing your combing your hair and taking a shower and putting like whatever on so you can smell good or lighting a can. None of that. I mean actually like when you go to bed, like in bed routine. I'll explain here. I'll explain to you guys my issue, my routine. Okay, if I'm tired, can't fall asleep. There, this is gonna sound so stupid. Okay, but I like to imagine myself to sleep. And what I'll do is I'll take my blanket, cover it up over my head. And at this point, I'm no longer Ken Bouchard sleeping in a bed with a blanket over his head. Now I'm Ken Bouchard, astronaut that's in a one-man pod crashing down on a planet that's got to save the. Like, my mind goes on a story-driven campaign while I have the blanket over my head. And it puts me to sleep. Like, I'll sit there and fantasize this fantasy till I fall asleep. And it's not the only one I've ever done. I mean, it goes back to like from childhood, I think. As a child, you know how people like take blankets and they cover themselves up and they cover their feet because the monster under the bed is going to grab their feet. Well, I've never had the monster under my bed, but my bedroom was down a hall. As I laid in my bed, I could see down straight down the hall. So my monster was always invisible, but every time I closed my eyes, it was like playing 1 2 3 red light. Monster would come closer, closer, closer. I close my eyes and stop. I'd open my eyes, the monster would get closer, closer, closer. I'd close my eyes and stop. Now I would do this, and no matter how close the monsters got, no matter how close they got, I would never get hurt because I'd end up falling asleep before they could touch me. And yeah, that's that was a sleep thing that I used to do as a child. I remember being able to control my dreams. Do you ever control your dreams? Like, did you ever have ability to control your dreams? Roll your dreams, cries, cry. Have you ever been able to control your dreams? Now, I'm not sitting here saying that I'm like a brain wizard and I'm going to cast brain wizard powers all over my dream world. No. But I used to have this dream. And what I would do is by next night, I would lay in bed, recap the dream up to a certain point until I fell asleep. When I fell asleep, the dream. So I was able to have this one long. And I'm not going to tell you the dream, okay? That's between me and my journal. That's no one else is getting that dream. I ain't telling. Nope, 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 nope. I will tell you this: I was able to keep that dream going for at least a week, continual, and amazing. It was amazing. I love it. I haven't done that in a long ass time. I haven't been able to dream in a long ass time. Like it seemed like after I got to a certain age, I just stopped dreaming. Like I could not dream anymore. Even now, I really don't dream. I close my eyes and I wake up. That's the process I do anymore, unless I use my brain and fantasize myself to sleep. And then of course, like when you go with that, I also like to have the blanket. I like to have the blanket way up here, but I like to have my feet uncovered. I know that's insane, right? Because the monsters are going to get your feet. They're going to get your feet. They're going to pull you away, and you're never going to see your family ever again. But I like to have my feet uncovered because I'm the type of person. My feet are too hot. I'm too hot. I'm miserable. I am miserable. My feet need to be cold. I can stay cold, but I need to have the blanket over me. So it's like a catch 22. I need the blanket to keep me warm, but I need my feet to keep me cool. Don't explain it. I can't explain it. I'm not expecting you guys to explain it, but that's just how I do, right? and I like to have a pillow to grab. I like to cuddle. I'm a cuddler, okay? Ladies out there, do you hear me? IKB, Geek Demon, he's a cuddler. I would cuddle you. Okay, that sounds great. But yes, no, I like to cuddle. I like to hold the pillow, and I have it right here. Yeah, that's just some of my dream, my dream, my sleep routine. So if you have a sleep routine you want to share with me, go ahead and share with me. If you're not, keep it to yourself because you're probably too ashamed. But everyone knows you have a dream. You have, why do you have a? I have a dream. There was a guy that had a dream once. He's a good man. Good dream. The dream alive. Yeah. But yeah, I got a new car. That still going on. My truck is still parked at a garage. Still no word of what's going on with my truck. But I had to get to work. Well, I have to get to work. I can't hoof it. It's about like 6 miles at least one way. And I can't expect like people to give me a ride to and from. My closest relative, she lives in Tyrone, which is 12 miles away from my house, the other side of the world. So I can't sit there and just beg and plead for rides. And I need to make money. I got to get paid. So I buckled down and bought a car. My fat ass is now driving a 2015 Veloster Turbo Hyundai. Hyundai. Sounds like Bandai, but it's Hyundai. And yeah, that's about $300 a month in car payment. And then my insurance, my insurance went from basic insurance of $33 a month for my truck up to $100 because I have to get full coverage because it's a sports car and because I bought it and I'm making payments on it and all that happy horse shit. So $400 later, I have a vehicle when I had a perfectly running vehicle before Walmart decided to be a little and destroy it. And I still don't know what's going on with that. That's still up in the air. It upsets me, but Steel City Con was a beautiful ride. Going all the way to Monroeville, it was about an hour and a half ride, give or take, and put that baby on cruise control, and I was just like, oh, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, it was fun. It's a good ride. It's just pissed me off that I went from just paying $33 a month to now $400 a month on something that wasn't my fault. What are you gonna do? Liquid death. I want to make an apology, guys. I know on my Twitch I have that I want to game on Mondays and Wednesdays, and it's just so hard to do with having work like 4 or 5 days a week. I work 55 hours a week, on top of which, like, I got this show, and this is my baby. You know, Ken Bouchard Online is my baby. It's been going on and off, different titles, different iterations, but this show's been going on now for a while, and this is what I like doing. I like talking to you guys. I like going nerd. I like being nerdy. Speaking of nerdy, I was going to try some foreign snacks that I got at the con. Yeah, $5 for this little bag. But I got like this is a spicy hot pot flavor. I have oyster flavored chips. But I want to do it with Ace. Ace is not here right now. What happens? I don't know what happened with Ace, guys. So uh you see Ace, you see him out and about in Altoona area, make sure he's okay. I threw out a text, but I haven't heard back from him yet, so I hope everything's good. He's usually on time. Tonight I haven't heard anything, so but yeah, like I said, I apologize for not being on the ball with gaming. It's just hard to do. I have one monitor, by the way, so I do the shows on a one monitor basis. I got a camera, I got my monitor, I got my mic, and I got my light, and that's all I got to do this show. I'm not gifted and talented. My computer doesn't have the ability to have second monitor going, nor do I have the money to have a second monitor set up. I went through that fiasco earlier this year, and it cost me money. That's all it did. I just spent money on nothing. This adapter will do it. This adapter will do it. You need this adapter. No, 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 no. I'm not playing that game no more. So this is how I do. But I love you guys, man. I love our interactions. I'm thankful for those who stop by Ken Bouchard Online and those who watch it on YouTube. Because if you don't catch it live, you can also catch it on YouTube. Just at me at Ken Bouchard Online. Simple enough, right? You can find all the past episodes because I post them there after going live here. So, like, Riley, thank you for joining us tonight. I've been talking to you, I've been talking with you, I've been enjoying your company. But for those who aren't able to join me live, you can catch it there. You can catch it on the Tube of Views or on my Facebook if you are privileged enough to have my Facebook. Some people come from Facebook to here to see me, some people don't. It's all good. It's all gooder. But yeah, that's all I got for tonight, guys. I'm gonna make this short and sweet this episode. Uh, without having my co-host to banter with. A lot of my banter points have kind of gone mute. Um, just weird, kind of talking to myself. I mean, I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to you guys at home. But I mean to have no that back and forth bantering on subjects. So yes, just keep in mind that gun laws, guys, gun reform. It's not that we want your guns. I don't want your guns. I want you guys to just do your jobs and protect the kids. That's all I'm asking. All right? Keep your goddamn guns. I don't want it. Make it harder for those that shouldn't have guns to get guns. And don't be bitching because a transgender woman got a beer. Okay? Beer should be universal. Aren't you guys supposed to be sitting at a bar having a beer, toasting and relaxing and having a good time? Why can't that happen? Why can't beer be the common denominator? Why do you have to go be rednecks and be like, F you Budweiser and F you Dylan and F you anybody who support? Just shut up and drink your beer and have a good time. Mazel tov. But all right, guys, I am Ken Bouchard, and I thank you guys for joining me here on Ken Bouchard Online. Remember, you can tune in every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We go live. All you have to do is hit the follow button, and you can join me in chat. If you can't catch me live, then by all means, catch me on YouTube at Ken Bouchard Online. Until next time, guys. Peace.